Good morning. Hi, I'm Phil McPhail with United Country Lifestyle Properties of Maine. And folks, today I'm really excited to bring you to the town of Alna. I'm down here in Lincoln County, and this property is 42 acres. We've got nearly 700 feet on the Sheepscot River. And this behind me is the frontage along the river. This is tidal water, and we're right on the side of the river with a deep water channel, so you could moor your boat here, come in here out of the weather, and be out in the ocean in that's 14 or 15 miles to the open ocean. So let's go take a look at the land, look at the frontage and some of the features this property has. Folks, if you've never been to the Sheepscot River, it's a short river. It's only about 58 miles long. The headwaters of it, some pretty decent trout fishing. And as you get down here towards Alna, you get into the tidal water. We got some pretty good striped bass fishing through here, great boating. The Sheepscot and Kennebec River estuaries are forming up down south of us here. Just an amazing estuary with bald eagles and wading birds. And you know, the river here has one of the last remaining populations of wild Atlantic salmon in the United States. So it's a really pristine little river, not very long. A lot of river improvements have been made here by conservationists over the last few years. This is a beautiful place. So if you like waterfront, you like river, this is one of the best you're going to find in the state of Maine. Folks, we're back in the woods here about 100 feet off the water now. And this property has got some beautiful timber on it. It has been thinned out within the last few years, but as you can see, what was left here, big pine, big oak, and that's pretty much it. There's a little bit of maple here and there, but overall this is an oak and pine lot. It's just gorgeous big trees, thinned enough so you can see through it, but certainly not anything other than an aesthetic improvement has been done here. This is one example of some of the oak you're going to find here on this property, and this isn't the biggest one. There's much larger ones scattered around. The soils here are really good. We got both Tunbridge and Booth Bay silt loams here, and they're good for farming. And I think a lot of this property probably was farmed at one time. Good chance they were raising sheep or cattle down here on the river back in the late 17, early 1800s. A beautiful forest to walk through, folks. Come on up here and take a look at it with me. Now I'm up here about midway of the property between the boundary lines, and I'm a little over 100 feet from the water. This was the area the current owners had thought to build a house here. They've actually cleaned it out, cut the biggest trees away so they wouldn't fall on their structure. And you know, with a little more pruning, you can see the river beautifully anyway, but a little more pruning of limbs and you just have a panoramic water view from this building site. Now I'm back near the old Sheepscot Road that runs across this property, and I'm standing alongside an old stone wall, and a lot of this land at one time was used for agriculture. We're pretty sure it was probably sheep farming, but it's some good soil. You'll see that again. We talked about the soils earlier. If you wanted a homestead in here, there's acres and acres of pretty good quality soil that you could farm. Maybe raise some animals, goats, sheep, llamas, whatever you like. But these classic old New England stone walls are always a pleasure to see out here in the middle of the woods. I'm standing in the middle of the old Sheepscot Road here on the property in Alna. This is an old discontinued road, kind of runs right through the property. We're probably 1,000 feet off the river up here, so there's, you know, your driveway where you would come in from Alna Road, wander through the woods, cross this, and eventually end at the riverbank. Be a beautiful little drive. Hey folks, if you got this far in this video, have you subscribed to our channel? If you don't want to miss any videos, you should do that. And after you subscribe, put on that notification bell and tell it to do all notifications. So that way, if you're watching, you're really looking for some real estate, you're not going to see this 2 or 3 weeks after it's posted and someone else has already bought it. You'll see it the day that the video actually launches. So don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks. Folks, I would like to tell you a little bit about the town of Alna. In the 1800s, this was known as the Garden of the East because of the fertile soils here. The current population is around 700 people. A lot of the farms have grown back to forest. This one is one of them. We're about 50 miles northeast of the city of Portland, and a 2.5-hour drive will get you right in downtown Boston. This is a beautiful little village of scenic views, old historic homes. Other points of interest here is the Waterville, Wiscasset, and Farmington Narrow Gauge Railway Museum, which is a couple miles up the road. You can take a ride on one of their old locomotives in a passenger car, really kind of cool. And other points of interest here are Bass Falls and Trout Brook Preserve, which have some beautiful hiking trails for you to enjoy. That's just another couple miles up the road. Great little town. Come on up and check it out today. I'm out here on the Alna Road now, folks, and this property is right here. We've got 630 feet of frontage along the road. We've got everything out here from electric lines and communication lines, telephone, everything you need. Bring a driveway in here and you'll see a sketch we did with the forester. Take you all the way down to the river. Be a beautiful winding road to your riverfront house. Thank you, folks, for taking this tour of this property here in Alna with me today, and let's wrap it up. We got 42 acres here with about 695 feet of frontage on the Sheepscot River, 630 feet on Alna Road. We're about 1 hour north of Portland, Maine, so it's really easy to get here. The price on this property is $310,000, and the taxes are just $1,345 per year. If you need more information, give me a call at 800-286-6164. Looking forward to your call.